Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Mr. Dr. Udi Samanhudi, SPD MPD, as the lecturer of academic speaking course. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sopiah with the student ID is 222321000H, and I come from class 3A, English Education Department 2021. And this is my midterm examination of academic speaking course. So in this opportunity, I would like to explain about studying abroad. Why should you study abroad? In order that we know what is the reason why we should study abroad, we have to know about what are the differences between education in Indonesia and abroad. Do you know there are many differences between education in Indonesia and abroad? First, the education system is always changed year to year, but in other countries, the education system is only one, and they only focus in the system. In that system, because that system has proven that it's very, it is very efficient for the student. And then the second, there is no time for taking a rest for the students, because the student of Indonesia will always get a lot of homework from their teachers. But in other country, the teacher only give little homework for the student in order that the student is able to take a rest in their house, and they are able to refresh their mind before going back to the school. And then next is the method of teaching learning process. If in Indonesia, the teacher are not understanding about what the student need for their studying, but in other countries, the method of teaching learning process is very suitable with the student, because the most of the teachers there are understanding with what the student need for their studying. And then we can see the differences in facilities. The facilities in other country is very support the education system, but in Indonesia is not really support the education system. Then the next is what are the advantages and disadvantages of studying abroad. So let's talk about advantages of studying abroad. The first, the quality of education is much better than than the quality of education in Indonesia, and this is beyond doubt. And then the second is the facilities are very complete and the quality is very good, such as there are a lot of library that provide many books, and then the transportation also are very complete, and the cost of the transportation is very affordable for the students. And also there is a dormitory for international students and many others. And another advantages of studying abroad is we can learn about the new culture or maybe the culture there. And also we can increase our international connection because we will be in direct contact with the people there. So what about disadvantages of studying abroad? First, it will be difficult for us to adapt with the language, time, habit, and the situation there, because we all know that we were born in Indonesia. Of course, we have got to fail with the language, time, situation, and also habits. And it will be difficult also for us to communicate with our family or maybe with our friends, because if we are in different country, of course it will be it will be different time with Indonesia, because every country has different time. So when we want to communicate with our family or our friends, we have to consider with the time. And then in other country, we have to spend a lot of, we have to spend much money for the cost of living. It's not like in Indonesia. We don't need to spend a lot of money for the cost of living. And then the next is, how can we study abroad? Of course, there are many ways in order that we can study abroad. But if we want to study abroad for free, you have to be able to get a scholarship. And of course, for getting scholarship, we need to study, we need to practice, and also we need to join the selection in order that we can get a scholarship and we can study abroad for free. And the next is, when is the right time to study abroad? There is no the right time for study abroad. It seems like it seems like the first time we want to study, there is not the right time for study. As long as we want to study, as long as we think that ourselves is ready for studying, so that's the right time for us to start. And here are some of the most famous universities in the world. There is Cambridge University, Stanford University, Oxford University, Harvard University, California Institute of Technology, and many others. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last session, in the last page of this presentation. So I can conclude that everybody has their own choice, whether they want to study in their own country, or maybe they want to study in in abroad. They want to study abroad. It depends on them, because we all know that we will get a lot of knowledge in everywhere. So don't worry about it. But if you want to study abroad, so you have to know there are a lot of advantages of studying abroad. Maybe that's what I can explain about studying abroad. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.